Women and the perception you have of them as a man is crucial to your growth. The women you choose to keep around you not only tell a lot about your own character, but can drastically change the course of your life. What you see around you now, young brother, are two types of men. Those that hate women with all their heart and find every way possible to make them the problem, while the other group of men are total and utter simps who can't think for themselves. You, my young brother, need to stay cautious of this modern era. As you have heard me say time and time again, never fall too far left or right in any extreme end. Instead, think rationally with your own beautiful mind that God has blessed you and stay grounded. One of the biggest reasons why men fall into these extreme ends comes down to one single reason. They are just full of lust, period. On one side, there are men who are so driven by lust that women are just sex objects for them, and as such, they can never experience a truly intimate feeling with their woman, slowly rotting them into hating men. On the other side, there are men who are so addicted to lust that they will do anything to get inside a woman's pants, slowly rotting them into simps. But today, my young brother, you are going to learn the 5 fundamental truths that will help you to stop lusting after women. Mastering this discipline will save you from becoming a shadow of your own self. Principle number 1: isolate yourself from your thoughts. This is one of the most crucial lessons for a man, even outside the dating scene. You are not your thoughts. You have no idea how many men out there refuse this and act on their own feelings. I will say it again. You are not your thoughts. Take a look at the lives of men who go around punching walls when they're angry. When they're sad, they whine about how difficult their lives are. When they're full of desire, they can't help but focus on the women around them, indulging in their thoughts. Learning the way of stoicism and developing the ability to let your thoughts pass through is essential for any man's development. Being in control of yourself will not only drastically improve your mental health, but also every other aspect of your existence. You'll be able to look at women without flinching, because the lustful thoughts inside your brain will simply go unnoticed. So anytime a thought comes into your mind, first ground yourself like a stoic man. Then understand that these thoughts don't actually belong to you. That's right. The thoughts you think you have when you gaze at a beautiful woman are not even made by you, but by your subconscious mind. These thoughts only become yours when you decide to act on them and indulge in them even more. Principle number 2: stop indulging in porn. If you have any common sense, you would already be aware of the long list of damages porn does on your brain. Of course, as part of the agenda, there are doctors out there and even so-called therapists who encourage you to watch it. Yeah, you heard that correct. In fact, just go on Google and type in why porn is good for you, and you will see so many articles written by so-called experts on how porn is healthy for you. That, my young brother, is nothing but a trap. They want you to find any excuse to harm your own self. They want to trick you into betraying your own self. Because of porn, a teenager can now watch more nude women in a day than the wealthiest ancient king ever did in his lifetime. There are men who say, "Oh, I just watch it. I don't spill my life force into it, so I'm all good." But what's the point of that when your mind is weak and addicted? There are men who can't get hard when they're with a woman, only because porn turns them on now. Does any of that sound healthy to you? Hear me out clearly. By porn, I don't only mean the popular websites we all know of. Go through your Instagram page and socials and unfollow any and everything that can trigger you. It might be something as simple as models dressed in a bikini. If that's your trigger, then it's nothing short of watching a full porn video for yourself. Once you remove these artificial images from your eyes, head, and mind, a natural, healthy view of women will return back to your life. Principle number 3, work harder. There are two main driving forces in the mind of any man. The first is your desire to accomplish, and the second is the desire for women, period. Fortunately for you, your mind has space for only one of these forces at a time. Imagine a Viking going into war. What do you think is going on through his mind at that time? The desire to plunder and loot or go have sex with a woman. Obviously, his mind is focused on fighting the war and carrying off treasure and plunder for himself. So, especially when you're single, make it your sole purpose to keep your mind occupied with a clear masculine goal and work hard at all times. In fact, just look around you. The love-driven men of today lack discipline, a strong work ethic, and most importantly, a goal to achieve. They spend their evenings on dating apps trying to get even the tiniest crumb of female attention, and when they do, they dedicate as much time as they physically can to that, with no regard for themselves or their loved ones. On the other hand, a man of discipline and focus will likely never even realize that women are around when his mind is filled with new business ideas, ways to improve his workouts, and an overall desire for more. These brothers have been more successful by default, and on top of that, they won't lose frame at the mere sight of an attractive woman. This doesn't mean you should never have a girlfriend, but remember, there are stages of life. First, you lead yourself, then you lead a team, then you lead a woman, and then you lead the children and family. Number 4, use it to your advantage. There's a large number of men who wish they didn't have to deal with attraction to women. That's one of the worst types of mindsets you can have. How can you be ungrateful for a desire that has helped men achieve the best version of themselves over countless ages? But sadly, for some men, they see this attraction as a curse rather than a blessing. They suffer through their urges until they lose control completely and act like creeps. What these brothers fail to understand is that attraction to women is not supposed to be obsessively avoided. Why? Simple. Because what you resist persists. What you try to hide from will always catch up to you. Instead, learn this beautiful truth and cherish it, young brother. Your lustful desires are nothing to be afraid of, and in fact, they're quite the opposite. In the past, men were driven to accomplish incredible things by the very thing you're trying to avoid. As I stated on a previous point, men have two main driving forces. A low-value man will let his lust get the best of him, while a high-value man will get the best out of his lust. Countless men have started their self-improvement journeys using this technique. That's the power us men intrinsically have to use our thoughts and feelings to our advantage. Never forget that, brother. And finally, number 5, train your mind to be righteous. Look at all the famous celebrities, TV shows, and music around you. They promote lust, filth, and separation from God. Some of you brothers will hear this and say, "Oh, it's just art. Stop being such a control freak." And this is why the Bible says, "You have eyes, yet you cannot see. You have ears, yet you cannot hear." The solution to living in this evil, decaying world is simple, and that is to train your mind to be righteous and pure. Don't be tricked by these agents of the devil, who look all pretty and beautiful on the outside, yet their souls are rotten from the inside. You, my brother, are a temple of God. Never let your spirit, body, or mind be corrupted by the lust and degeneracy of this world. To see the next best way to level up as a man, check these videos here.